like, I know what it takes to show up as a father and a business person, as a husband. And what it takes is sacrifice of my own time to get the things done that give me the ammo to walk with that kind of confidence. And so what does that mean for me? That means for me to wake up way before everybody else. If I want to be selfish and self-indulgent and self-care and self-love, it's rude for me to do that when my kids and my wife want my attention. So I fucking do it at 5 o'clock in the morning when they're sleeping. They got nothing to say. I'm in complete control.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And so I sacrifice my time there. So that's how I balance. That's how I add the balance into my life. I spent, the first probably 5 to 8 years as an entrepreneur stressed out. I was a husband, and a dad, and it was hard for me to like do that. And now I can honestly say, man, I don't work at night. I don't work on the weekends. I put my family before the business. I had someone who I worked with say to me, you don't put the business first. And I looked at him and I said, you're fucking damn right I don't. I have no interest in putting my business first, because if I'm not first and my family's not first, that business is going to suffer 100%. If I put that business first and then my wife and myself suffer, that business doesn't have a long shelf life, man. I'm just telling you that. You could say what you want. I'll say this to every single one of my shareholders. I don't put my business first. I do not. And if you need someone to put your business first, take your money elsewhere, because that person is not going to be the guy that's going to sell their company for a long period of time, because they're going to burn the fuck out and they're not going to perform. You need somebody who understands this idea that like performance is based on how you feel. And if you are sucking and you're stressed out and every little thing is going to tick you off, you're going to make reactionary decisions because you're performing at a 60 as opposed to a 90 because you're not taking care of yourself. That's what I believe, And so I've been able to build businesses and exit businesses because I think I've figured this, like, hey man, like I've got to take care of myself thing.
This is the one piece where I feel like hearing your story, I could definitely get up earlier, because I get up at like 6:30. And then by 7:30, the kids are already up, and like sometimes I'll have to cut the sauna or the cold plunge or something short. So hearing this, it's like, Ben Franklin talked about this too, is like early to rise, early to bed makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I think you're a living proof of that. Earlier, you had said if there was one regret, that you would want to have those 2 years of your child's life where you could be more present. And I'm definitely there now. Like my kids are 1.5 and 3.5. You met them at the playground when you came in. And I do work a lot, whether it's 8 hours or 10 hours, sometimes there is those 12-hour days. And that's one thing I've been struggling with, is like how to do it all, how to balance it all. But a better question I can ask myself is, how can I actually use all of this responsibility that I've poured into myself to make myself stronger? And it's a cool reminder. It's a very almost like a gut punch reminder, not from shame or blame, but like if I can get up at 5 and have, instead of an hour for myself, have an hour and a half or 2 hours for myself, that extrapolates the whole day. Then the entire day I've already won 3, 4, 5 things. And then the rest of my day, I'm already taking care of myself. I'm already nourished. So whatever stressors come, I just get the sense that I'd probably work a lot less if I got up earlier. That's the vibe that I'm getting.
Imagine this, right? What's the one thing in life that there is no way no one has ever been able to purchase? The one thing, time.
Oh yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
You can pay for fake love to make you feel like there's something there. You could pay for fake most things. You cannot buy time. Impossible. We're all given the exact same amount. Period. We're all given the exact same amount. Everything. That's the one like equal thing that human beings have, is that they are given all the exact same amount of time in a day. And what I've figured out was, if I wake up an hour earlier every day, right? Now I'm not saying like I'm going to continue to wake up, but if I go to bed an hour earlier, wake up an hour earlier, So anybody listening, you go to bed at 11 o'clock, you can go to bed at 10 o'clock. You go to bed at 11 o'clock and you wake up at 6. You go to bed at 10 o'clock, you wake up at 5. You just earned an hour of highly productive time. I'm not talking about an hour at 10 o'clock at night, because an hour at 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night, yeah, like you could stay up later, but like if you check yourself, if you think about it, like what are you doing in that extra hour that you decide to stay up between 10 and 11? Chances are watching Netflix.
You're scrolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's in productive time. Yeah. You wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, in the morning, 5 a.m., you're like, dude, your cortisol is through the roof. You are inspired, wired, and fucking fired, ready to take shit down. So I figured this out. You wake up an hour early in the morning, you just earned 7 hours a week. You just earned 30 hours a month. You just earned 365 hours a year. You can earn time. You can't buy it. Boom. Like I just gave you years of your life in productivity, right? 365 days, 365 hours a year, 15 straight days. Straight. Unbroken. 15 days. Every year you earn. Dude, you just won big time.
It's like what could you create in 2 weeks of your life? A lot.
Straight.
Of dedicated time.
Straight.
It's so good.
You just like, that's like, so that for me is like why I also talk about Rise Before the Sun so much, you know? It's like, and also like those hours, man, like they're special.
Well, the collective isn't awake yet. So your creative power, your ability to put thought to word and creativity to flow is so much better. Honestly, by like 12, I don't do any more creative work. Like we're doing the podcast in the morning, right? Because I want to be in the dance of creation with you. If I tried to podcast, like I don't know how these guys do it at like 8 o'clock at night. There's just no way. My brain's not firing. My body's not ready. My body's already secreting melatonin. I'm not honoring the circadian rhythm of the earth. So there is this aspect of like, if you get up early and then you're actually honoring your body and honoring these 365 hours, which is so crazy. I love the math that you did on that. What could be created from that place? It's so amazing.
Yeah, but just also think about this piece. We have so little control in our lives. The minute a human, an animal, a light goes on, the minute that happens, you've lost control. You have no idea what that person or animal or baby or is going to do to take your attention.
Yeah.
Those hours when everybody else is sleeping, you are in complete control. You don't have to worry about distractions. You don't have to worry about the phone ringing. You don't have to worry about the email coming in. You don't have to worry about your wife or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend asking you why you didn't do something right. You don't have to worry about anything outside of you. It's amazing. It's the key. Robert Sharma wrote a book about it, The 5 a.m. Club.
Yes.
And, you know, like he really breaks it down well there. My way of explaining it is you want to win in life. It requires an hour of self-indulgent self-care time. Because when you can dedicate to that, I promise you with all my heart that you are going to show up a better human being. Period. Whether you're a drug addict, an alcoholic, or not, it's a win for anyone and everyone who commits to it. I don't know a single person that I've suggested that to that actually stuck to it that said, man, I wish I was just got that extra hour of sleep. And so what I always say to people is, fuck your morning alarm. Set a go to bed alarm. Set anybody listening right now, open up your cell phone, set a daily alarm that shows up at 9:30. And that is it's time to go to bed alarm. And just commit. Just go to bed. Just stop what you're doing. Go into your bedroom. Put on your eye mask. Go to bed. The go to bed alarm will change your life.
I have another hack on this one too. There's a company called U Blockout. Do you have a black room where you sleep? no EMF, no. Do you have your phone
don't-
in your room?
I do have my phone in my room because I do go to sleep listening to a podcast or an audiobook.
Okay. The ultimate hack for this, if you're struggling with like going to bed at night, is have a dark room. Whoa. So you love that episode? You'll love the one on the screen. Click it and enjoy.